welcome in to Lock In Live for NFL Week 8 with Uncle Phil. Thanks for joining us this Sunday morning. Uncle Phil, how are you doing?
I am good, man. Stayed up way too late last night, scrambling and doing some live bets on thing. I think I'm gonna do this every Saturday night for college. You guys pay attention, set some alerts because I'll do. I've decided it's called Late Night Live with Uncle Phil. That's what we're going to do on Saturday night. So Late Night Live with Uncle Phil, we'll do that every Saturday night and do this. I think I'm 15-1 on live bets this year. So I'm crushing those. When I get a chance to see these teams, we'll see it. But let's turn the page, man. Something more fun. I'm super excited about NFL today. NFL should be a fun time this week. And today is an interesting day with some backups as quarterbacks, some injury reports. Today is the day is that if you have not been watching the injury report, you absolutely should. Massively important today. 11:30 Eastern, which is now, is when all the teams for the 1 o'clock games have to give out their designation for their players, whether starting or going. Make sure you check those injury reports.
Absolutely. We'll get after it. Yep. Well, Uncle Phil, coming off a really solid Thursday night, keep it rolling. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. We did. We had a really solid last Thursday night, seeing NFL really, really well. Let's get after it. We are headed to Foxborough Day, where Cleveland comes to visit. Look, this line is at 7, and I'm telling you it shouldn't be. And I'm telling you the only reason it is because Cleveland, people see their defense, it's great, and also Cleveland just routed a bad Miami team last week. New England's a play here. When two trends that kind of cover this. New England against the spread, when they win, they cover. There's no way they're losing to Cleveland. Second of all, Cleveland is good at home. They're bad on the road. They cover the spread at home, don't cover the spread on the road. So those two things combined, New England also is going to stop the run, and they're going to force Dylan Gabriel to pass the ball. He's okay, but he's not great. And this is a bad setup for Cleveland. I'm taking New England -7. I'm going to swallow the big number. I don't like it at 7.5, but I like it at 7. And I think this game, a lot of other games are getting a lot of attention. I don't think this one's getting its due right now. And I like the number that it stayed where it is. I'll take New England -7. The other thing I'm going to stay in Foxborough, because the other thing is that Cleveland has not scored over 17 points in the past 11 games, except for last week. And, of course, that was more Tua-induced than the offense of Cleveland-induced. And so, again, give me Cleveland team total under 16.5 today. I just don't think they're going to get it done today. Again, not a good team on the road. Again, overinflated a little bit from last week's game against Tua, where he basically gave them the game and they scored over 17 points just because of him. So those are my two public best bets. If you want my other best bets, which there are 12 today, because I like so many games, I've got 5 teasers. I've got 7 straight plays in my notebook, plus my bonus pick, or including my bonus pick at UnclePhil'sLocks.com. Guys, I am ready for today, and I'm ready to make some money. So got us back to even last night. Today we're getting way ahead.
I love to hear that. Let's get some money. Well, part of getting money is the questions. I know when people ask you questions, you deliver some winners. So let's get to those. First on the line, we got James Bennett on X.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Denver spread? Cowboys missing their secondary.
Yeah. Hey, James. Good to hear from you. Thanks for the question, buddy. Sorry to talk over you, Matt. Apologize. I really, really like this game. I like the side, and I like the total in this game, and they're both in the notebook. So I apologize on this one that James I will be playing those, and I'll be playing those heavily. Love the game, and it's in the notebook. Sorry about that, buddy.
No problem. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Grant. Grant, this morning. Thoughts on Bills versus Panthers? Any thoughts on the side there?
Yeah. My favorite play is the total, and that is in the notebook. I didn't play the side in the notebook, so I'll talk about this. Look, it feels like is it 7.5 now? I think it is. Let me look real quick just to make sure. Either way, I mean that's no, it's 7. Look, it still would be that'd be 10 on a neutral field for Buffalo and 13 at home. I just don't think this Bills team is good enough to be favored by 13, even off a bye. I just don't see that happening. Look, the only thing that gives me pause is you've got Andy Dalton, but history shows with Andy Dalton, he's good for 2 or 3 games to do that, and just not long term, but he's good in that regard. So if I'm playing anything on this game, I'm playing Carolina. Take +7 because Buffalo has its bottom 2 or 3, maybe even the worst run defense in the entire league. And if you cannot stop the run, then this is the problem with Buffalo. This is the inherent problem with Buffalo right here. I'm going to boil it down for you. Buffalo cannot stop the run. And when teams cannot stop the run, your offense sits on the bench and your offense gets out of sync and doesn't develop a rhythm. And so that puts you in a lot of 1-score games. And that's the problem with that. And again, not to run down a rabbit trail, but this is why I don't like Sean McDermott, because he's a defensive head coach and you need to be able to have your side of the ball correct. And he never has his side of the ball correct. So look, this is why I like Carolina today. And why I would take the 7 with Carolina. I liked it. It was on my bigger board for NFL, but when I trimmed it down, usually trim it down to 6, got it down to 7 day, just couldn't go any deeper. But it's why I like Carolina today. I think they keep it close just because Bills bad run defense.
Yep. All righty, good stuff. Hey, well, thanks for the question there, Grant.
You bet. Yeah,
next line, we'll go to Corky. Atlanta, Easton Stick. I thought it was Cousins, but
Cousins is starting today. Cousins is starting today, and Tua is starting today. So I'm not sure where the Easton Stick is coming from, unless something changed. But if there did, I haven't seen a notification. Have you seen anything, Matt? That shows?
I haven't seen anything. No.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me look it up real quick. Easton Stick. Let's see. Yeah. He's not playing. It's Cousins is playing. So I don't know where that's coming from. I would again, I'm staying away from the game. If anything, on this game, I would probably play Miami because everybody saw Miami last week against Cleveland. It's these Southern Florida teams that don't want to go north in bad weather. Last week was an ugly game in Cleveland. It was raining and windy, and Miami already shows that they don't play well up north. But they're going to a dome and they're staying in the South. And Kirk Cousins is a backup, and so Darnell Mooney, I don't think is playing today, or at least questionable. So I think, and also Atlanta's without some of its pass rushers today. So you're going to see Tua have a little bit more time today to throw the ball. I think that Atlanta will probably try to run the ball today. I don't think Raheem Morris is a very good coach. He's not the guy, and I think he'll coach himself out of a job pretty soon. But anyway, so if anything, I'm playing Miami, but quite candidly, I think these are two bad teams, and I'm not playing either one of them. So that's why I'm off of it.
Alrighty. Hey, well, thanks for the question, Corky.
Yep.
Next up, we got Woody. He says, good morning. He has a feeling Chicago's heading into a buzzsaw. Do you agree? Also, any player props today?
Yep. Thanks, Woody. How you doing, buddy? I have got this game. I've got the spread and the total in my notebook today. I love this game, so I'm not going to really talk about this game. I think it's going to be an interesting game, especially since Lamar's not playing, which is a whole different issue. I mean, it's criminal that the Ravens, listed Lamar Jackson as a full practice on Friday. The NFL rules are extremely clear that if a quarterback does not take his usual snaps, not scout team, but in his regular position, and Lamar took scout team reps on Friday, he's got to be limited at practice. So to list him as full practice on Friday was criminal. They knew what they were doing. That's unfortunate. A lot of people in the Circus Survivor took well, not a lot, but a few people took Baltimore as their Circus Survivor. I think this game's going to be close. Obviously, the line dropped initially to 1.5. It's gone up back to 2.5. With Snoop Huntley starting, but I don't like how that whole thing went down. Tough on our community. But the other thing, let's go to player props. Today is National Tight Ends Day. And it's more than just kind of a funny thing. It started out kind of a funny thing, but all these tight ends have plays for them now on this today. So look for this to be a big day for tight ends. Who's your favorite tight end? Look for it. Should be a lot of points scored in the Dallas-Denver game, especially. I'd look at Jake Ferguson, especially. They're going to be leaning on him a lot. Just kind of the way the Denver's defense is. Look for Jake Ferguson to do that. Look for Chicago with Caleb. They are leaning more on the run today. Look for them to they've realized, Ben Johnson's realized that Caleb's not very accurate, at least not yet, at least not this season. So they're going to lean in more of the run. Look for him to run the ball more today, over his player props on that. Jalen Hurts with the Giants, with A.J. Brown out, the Giants are probably going to play more man today, which is going to allow Jalen Hurts they're going to probably lean on the run. Look for him since they're going to have their backs playing man, they're going to be the secondary is going to have their backs to the quarterback, and look for Jalen Hurts to run. Look for him. I know his running totals, I think 8.5. He'll probably go over that today. Look for him to go over that. Man, love a lot of player props today. But that's just a few. So take your pick on that. This is going to be a big day. I could probably go all day long about player props. Probably do a whole nother show.
All righty. Well, let's keep it rolling. Let's go to Little Kip on TikTok. He says the over in the Jets game is the pick today. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I didn't play it. It was part of my big board. I think it'll happen today. I think the reason why I think it will happen is that Joe Flacco will sling the ball down the field. I also think that because of Cincinnati's unable to get a rush, even though Justin Fields holds the ball longer than any other quarterback out there, I think that Cincinnati not being able to really get to him will enable him to hold the ball long, and he'll be able to throw the ball. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Apologize. Still getting over a cold. Anyway, so I think that I agree. I think that game will go over today.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
Andreas says, "Are we skipping Houston questions?" It's in the notebook, Andreas. If you want it, go to UnclePhil's.com. We'd love to give it to you, but that one, I like talking to Uncle Phil offline about where he stands. I like it.
Thanks, Andreas. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, we're skipping Houston questions.
We got some fantasy questions rolling in. We haven't done that in a while.
All right.
We got Cam on TikTok says, who do you put in as a flex, McMillan or Judkins?
Oh, I'd take McMillan all day long. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think Judkins. I think Judkins going to have a hard time running day with New England. I mean, again, apologize. Teams realize that Dylan Gabriel is limited, and the weapons he has throwing to are limited. I'm sure if Njoku is going to play today for Cleveland. So, teams are forcing. I think that's probably another player prop. Is probably Dylan Gabriel over number of passes, whatever his passing attempts are. Probably look at that, but teams are going to force Gabriel to beat them, and he just can't. So given the weapons and given just his ability to throw the ball, so I would definitely take McMillan.
Okay. Hey, thanks for the question there, Cam. Yeah. We got Sergio on TikTok. He says, do you like the Giants +7?
It's a good question. I stayed away from that game, but if I'm playing the game, look, here's the deal, is that revenge spots on games of teams playing in 3 weeks is really high. I mean, the team that got beat before is almost a lock to win today. So Philadelphia is, I mean, there's never a lock in NFL, but if there is, then Philadelphia is going to win today. Will they cover the spread? It's an interesting question. I think that the Giants are going to have a tough time today. You've got Quinyon Mitchell back, and you've also got Jalen Carter back today and also Landon Dickerson back. He left that game with an injury. So you're going to have people back for Philadelphia that didn't play last time or didn't play the whole game. So I think that makes it tougher on them. What makes me not like Philadelphia, because I typically would go all in with Philadelphia right here because it's a spot. But A.J. Brown out because Jalen Hurts is shorter and he doesn't throw between the numbers. He throws to the outside. Well, who's his favorite outside target is A.J. Brown. And I don't know if he can take advantage of that. But with the Giants, their number one cornerback and their safety are out today. So that's a problem for the Giants. So all these things make me think, if A.J. Brown were playing, it'd be a slam dunk that this one would be Philly. It's just a spot. So I would that's why I stayed away from it. If you're going to play the game, maybe if you want to kind of, hedge yourself, you could kind of do this. Play Philadelphia last year, didn't play well in the first half, played well scored points in the second half, not in the first half. Philadelphia is doing the opposite this year. They're playing really well in the first half, not as well in the second. So if you're being, trying to game the system, I would play Philly -4.5 in the first half, maybe even Philly minus a half a point in the first quarter, and then maybe play the Giants full game. But again, as you can see, so many questions I wrestled with on this game that I didn't play it. That's why I didn't play it.
Alrighty. Next up, we got Mike. He's a subscriber. He says, when's week 8 coming for the notebook going live?
Notebook will be up at the end of the show in 8 minutes.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Mike. And
thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, buddy.
We'll take one more here. Grant says, thoughts on the Bucs versus Saints. Can Baker get it done?
Yeah, look, I think Baker can, but if you look at, just pull up Buccaneers injury report. Just go Google, pull up Buccaneers injury report. It's like their entire team is on the injury report. I mean, it's kind of a bad spot. And you're saying it's a division opponent, number one. The Saints play well at home, number two. And if you're saying the Bucs are -3.5 now, so that line's coming down. So it tells you the sharp money is on the Saints. So 3.5 it'd be 6.5 at home, or 6.5 on neutral, and be 9.5 at Tampa Bay. Man, it's just a lot of points for me. I feel like something weird is going to happen in that game. It's just so low. It makes me think the Saints are going to win. I stayed away from it for no reason. There's just too many questions about this game. I could easily see Saints winning this game. And I mean, it would shock me. Like saying the Titans are going to go on the road and beat Indianapolis. That would be, somebody'd be like, you're lying. I mean, like, that didn't happen. If you didn't watch the games today and somebody told you that, it'd be like, you're lying. I know that didn't happen. And they're like, yeah, I was just kidding. But if somebody said the Saints won today and I didn't watch the games, I'd be like, I'm not too surprised. It would happen. So I'd be careful on that one, Grant.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're about an hour and 5 minutes from kickoff. Uncle Phil, any final thoughts before we take off here?
Yeah, today's going to be a fun day. I think I really like the. I think it's weird lines. I think your state was weird lines in college. I think weird lines are day in NFL. But for me, I've scoured these 32 teams. I know these 32 teams really well today. So I think we'll do well today. I know we will. And but today is a great day for player props. I think there's some great player prop actions as well. I mentioned a few of those today. And if you're into that kind of thing, I think you could do well today. But I like my picks today. I think we're going 2-0 on our public best bets today. I think we're going to do a lot better than that in the notebook. But anyway, hey, Matt, thanks for joining in today, and thanks for helping as always. Guys, thanks for joining in. Thanks for coming in today. Let's make some money today. And as always, guys, let's have a day and let's